Hello, YouTube. It's your boy Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up. Your boy's back up in this. What's going on? It's been a while. Yeah, I haven't done these in a long time. But SummerSlam weekend, I thought, what the heck? I'm looking forward to the weekend. Friday was fun. Thunderdome was acceptable. It wasn't really a bad show, for being honest. I mean, Jeff Hardy did it. That was kind of cool. I didn't expect that. With a half-broken leg. That was a nice moment. And he won the championship that I remember Jeff Hardy having when I was a kid most of the time. That old Intercontinental belt that doesn't look really old anymore. It's quite shiny now, isn't it? What? Whew. Anyway, now that we are back into predictions, it's time to discuss NXT TakeOver 30. Now, we have a last-minute addition to the card. So we actually have, I believe, 6 matches to predict now. Before we get into it too quickly, though, so if some of you have been keeping an eye on my channel, my absence lately has been more to promote what I have recently put out. I recommend you check it out. I'll have the link in the description. Dragonborn, the Daniel Bryan story. Honestly, the greatest music video I have ever found about a professional wrestler. It is amazing to me, and the music in it may sound familiar. Fun fact, when I watched that for the first time, I had no idea what Skyrim was. So guess what? My brain does not associate that music to anything related to a video game. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Or whatever Skyrim is. Because let's be honest, I don't look into things that have no interest to me. There you go. Simple. Now let's get on to the point of this video. NXT TakeOver 30 predictions. It's time for another lovely takeover. Gonna tickle everyone's jimmies. Start off with the bonus match. So, we had recently on NXT a qualifier to see who would get into that North American title ladder match. And it was Finn Balor and The Dream. Now, Finn Balor could have won, but instead he lost because a certain Timothy Thatcher decided to come out and ruin Finn Balor's chances. Ooh, naughty, naughty boy. Velveteen Dream picked up the win, and they have added Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher to the NXT TakeOver card. Without a doubt, the easiest match to predict on the card. I'm taking Finn Balor for this one. It seems like the only thing they want to do with Balor is keep him fresh, keep him relevant on TakeOver when Walter comes back, because I don't think they've quite let that go. I don't know when Walter is going to be able to make his way back to the United States, and we can have that match, which is going to kick so much butt. But for now, Finn Balor is out of the NXT North America Championship scene. Timothy Thatcher. Thatcher's not established enough to get a huge win over the likes of Finn Balor, in my professional opinion. Let's be honest, he got choked out to Dexter Lumis in their official qualifier, so I'm not expecting him to beat Finn Balor. A win for the Prince, and hopefully, when Walter comes back, we get the Demon back, because I'm really starting to miss that. That's a really special part of Finn in NXT for me. But that's our bonus match. Let's talk about another bonus match. It's not too often we get an NXT TakeOver kickoff, pre-show match, as you will. We are getting a triple threat tag team match to determine the #1 contenders for the tag team championships. We are getting Escobar's boys. I love Raul Mendoza. I love Mendoza. And Joaquin Wilde is actually pretty damn good. My problem is I could not give a crap about the group. The group has felt stale, unoriginal, and the ultimate definition of a fill-in interim champion, while our real cruiserweight champion, oh wow, it sucks to blank right now, but I haven't seen him for quite a long time, and I don't watch NXT UK quite regularly. It's Jordan Devlin. It's Jordan Devlin, isn't it? Haha, he's away. He's still unable to come back and reclaim what was once his, and hopefully still will be his. I'm not really too sure how that's going to be established when he comes back. I guess he won't really be the champion anymore. But maybe he will, because it's NXT, and they could have different rules, compared to Sami Zayn being forced to vacate the Intercontinental Championship that went to AJ, who is now in the hands of Jeff Hardy. But we have the triple threat. Escobar's boys are in it. I don't expect them to win. They are taking on Breezango, who are just beautiful. Just beautiful. Breeze, up, up, down, down champion. Doing it for you, people. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch, the Bruiserweights. Might as well call them the Bruiserweights. The best name I've got. I really struggled on this because I could see it going two ways. Breezango get another shot at Imperium because it's Breezango and they're beautiful, and they deserve a better match than what they got a while ago. Or my ultimate pick is gonna be Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. They hyped this a bit ago, and I thought they were gonna do it, but then they didn't. I want to see Burch and Lorcan versus Imperium. Two teams that can kick the heck out of each other. They will push each other to the limit and get a wonderful tag team title opportunity at the TakeOver kickoff. Or Burch and Lorcan are my picks. I hope they win, and I hope whenever they do that match with Imperium, it will be fun and maybe even win the championships. Maybe, because Burch and Lorcan have been held down way too long. Let's give them something, man. Let's just try and see how this goes. And keep those fingers crossed. They're my picks. I was hoping that we would get the winners facing the champions on the TakeOver card, but now that Balor and Thatcher has been announced for TakeOver, I'm not believing we're going to be doing a tag team championship match at TakeOver, which is slightly disappointing. The tag team belts have not felt relevant since Dunn and Riddle won them from Undisputed Era at TakeOver in February. I'm just being completely honest with you guys. That's how I feel. Moving on. So, we now have the main card, I guess you want to say, of officially announced matches beforehand. We have the NXT Women's Championship match to discuss. Io Shirai taking on Dakota Kai. Now, here's the thing. Dakota Kai has really grown on me the last little bit. I'm enjoying her heel run a bit more, and as long as it's not generic women's tag team wrestling every week that leads to nowhere, I'm behind Dakota Kai. I like that Raquel Gonzalez came back and assisted her in the destruction of Io Shirai this week. I thought Raquel was gone, and it disappointed me, but then she came back and I felt better about things, because let's be honest, Dakota Kai's character looks so much better with a jacked bodyguard. Raquel, you're a beast, you could kill me. Moving on to the result of the match, is it time for Dakota Kai to win the NXT Women's Championship? Because NXT champions, the face runs really don't last long. They really don't when you think about it sometimes. But I'm gonna go with Io Shirai. Dakota Kai would look good winning it here, but Shirai just hasn't done enough to make her reign feel memorable and relevant yet. Getting an amazing win over Dakota Kai here, because let's be honest, this is Dakota Kai's biggest match in NXT. This is gonna be an all-out war, and they're gonna kick some butt. If this is anything like Io Shirai and Candice LeRae from last year's NXT TakeOver in the summer, TakeOver Toronto 2, this is going to be good, because backing on with Candice, that's actually who I think is going to be taking the Women's Championship from Io Shirai. Candice LeRae. I believe Candice LeRae will accomplish her dream with her husband of becoming a couples champion, both of them with championship belts, and it will ultimately be Candice who beats Io Shirai for the championship in the somewhat near future, possibly, maybe before the end of the year. So there you go. Io Shirai to retain here against Dakota Kai. Hope this is a great match. Let's move on to, good lord, I can't believe this is still happening, but it's Adam Cole and Pat McAfee, isn't it? Ah, wow, this got a lot more real than I thought it would. After Cole's language, very strong language on Pat's show, after Pat called him out for a few things. Oh, you always need your group to help you win. Oh, you're shorter than other guys. And Cole flipped. If you guys have seen the video, you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go hear about it somewhere. It sounded real, but once I saw the video, I didn't believe it was real. Even though there was an official apology statement out, no, that they're turning this into something, and they did, because now we're getting a match after Pat McAfee cheap-shotted Cole on the announce table the other day on NXT. He basically punted him, and who's going to win this? I have to pick Adam Cole. I have to be realistic. Or do I? Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. But let's make this video a little bit more interesting. You guys are looking at me right now. I really hope you watch this, because I'm picking Pat McAfee. Oh, good lord, I can't believe I just said it, but I'm doing it. I'm picking the heel. I am picking someone that everyone despises right now for getting involved with wrestling, because Pat is a big guy in NXT now. He's looked in the favors of the powers that be. And there is one other factor that people are not considering, And that is the Undisputed Era as a whole. Because Cole, let's be honest, has shafted them as of late with his own business regarding Pat. The Undisputed Era had the tag team belts won a couple of weeks ago. Cole goes and talks to Pat. Pat wasn't doing anything physical to Cole. He was just mocking him on the announce table. That's all he was doing. Cole could have just ignored it and paid attention to his boys. But no, he had to get involved, and he had to cost Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish the NXT championships. Kyle's for the fourth potential time. Imperium won, and the Undisputed Era at this point has never looked weaker, in my opinion. That is a strong statement I just made. But look at their history. Look now, and you'll see what I mean. None of them have a takeover match except Adam Cole this Sunday. Do you know how infuriating that is for me? And the group. I think Undisputed Era either will cost Adam Cole the match, or Pat will find a way with shenanigans, cheap shots, possibly a low blow, and then a punt to beat Adam Cole. And then the group will turn on Adam Cole after the match. Or heck, maybe even after the show. It could be on a random NXT. But that is just a factor I have in my mind. We're teasing a face run with Adam Cole. And that doesn't involve the Undisputed Era. I'm picking Pat McAfee to win. It's gonna really tick people off, but that's the point. Oh, I went with a gamble, but it's fun to gamble sometimes, because let's be honest, what do I have to lose? I'm having fun with you guys right now. Let's move on. Now it's time to talk about the NXT North American Championship ladder match. First off, I wanted 6 people and we got 5. That hurt my soul, but then the way people were getting into this felt so fresh. Triple threats. The new upstarts are getting in. Bronson Reed, amazing. I love him. I've honestly wanted him to get pushed to the moon the moment I saw him in that breakout tournament a couple of years ago. Or maybe it was just last year. Yeah, I think it was just last year. And then Dexter Lumis, who I adore. But then he hurt his ankle, and he got removed from the match. And this feels a lot like Rusev in 2015, getting shafted from the Elimination Chamber because of an ankle injury, I believe. This was the moment where someone was going to shine big. Because I was going to pick Lumis to win the North American Championship. I am stating that right now. He was going to be my pick. But then he got shafted. So instead, we had some matches to recap some of the previous losers. I guess I should state who else is in this match winning the regular triple threat. So like I said, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, who is it his comeuppance, and Cameron Grimes. Woo! That man has infuriated so many people, but he is so fun to watch, and I really love his gimmick. He's fun. He is so fun. And then we've got the replacements. Johnny Gargano, my love and soul when it comes to NXT in general, who I thought got his neck broken last week. Did you see the way he landed after that? What was it? A sunset flip DDT that Ridge Holland did to him? I thought I was expecting the worst. Honestly, when I saw that, I thought he was paralyzed. I thought he was going to be paralyzed. I couldn't believe that. But he got up and he won the match, and he even interfered later in the show. I think Johnny's okay. So praise the powers that be, that the greatest thing in NXT is still breathing, still walking, and hopefully still healthy. Then the Velveteen Dream, a man who seems to be caught up in some scandal right now, and like I said, beat Finn Balor thanks to Timothy Thatcher, who is apparently back to being a heel, in my opinion. The Velveteen Dream attacked Kushida after losing the match last week, or should I say Kushida losing the match, to Cameron Grimes, and he's not in the greatest place right now, and that's why he's definitely not going to be my pick. This was a struggle. This was an up and down struggle. But then I think they're not going to give this to anyone who's too established. So that doesn't mean that means I'm not picking Johnny Gargano. I want to. Oh, I want to. But I'm not. I have to control myself. But are they going to give this to like one of the big chances of up-and-comers? Is Grimes going to take this? Is Bronson Reed going to take this? No. No, they're giving this to someone who is finally going to get their moment, and who could have gotten their moment by now. It's Damian Priest, isn't it? Damian Priest. He has been on a different level than the rest of the guys for a bit now. What he did to his body against Finn Balor at the last TakeOver proves what this guy's willing to do and put in the work for. Now that he has been turned face, I think it's time to give Damian Priest his due in NXT. I think he's going to win the North American Championship. He was close a couple of times in the past against Keith Lee. Let's see where this goes. Damian Priest is my pick and will become North American Champion. But now it's time to close out the video with the last prediction of the night, and that is the NXT Championship match. Keith Lee is defending his championship against Karrion Kross, a man who has been pushed like a monster, almost similarly to Lance Archer in AEW. They shafted him in AEW. Are they going to do the same thing to Kross in NXT? I really don't know. This one's been tough. This one is... My head has just been bouncing back and forth like a tennis ball on the court, and I can't really see where they're going because both men don't seem to really need to lose here. Keith Lee gave up a championship. He gave up the North American Championship just so he could be the NXT champion, his sole purpose moving forward. But now he's taking on this monster, the man that buried Ciampa at the last TakeOver, and we still have not seen him since. What is going to happen in this match? I believe that NXT are not going to back down from what they have set up. I'm picking Karrion Kross to win the NXT Championship. What worries me is that Karrion Kross isn't all that. His character's amazing. His entrance is amazing. What he does with Scarlett's amazing. But I haven't really seen a great Karrion Kross match yet. Keith Lee is the guy to bring that out of him. Can they do it? That's what I'm looking forward to finding out tonight. Because Keith Lee could be on his way up to the main roster at this point. Let's be honest, Keith Lee in the Thunderdome. Vince would love it. Vince would love it. It just hurts that Keith has to lose the championship so quickly. But I don't see him beating Kross. I don't see it happening. I just don't see Karrion Kross being shafted like this. NXT are not a fan of the screwy finish when it comes to TakeOver main events. Now and then, we get it. We definitely got it at TakeOver Portland with Gargano turning on Ciampa. That was amazing. This, I can't see anything coming out of it that keeps Keith Lee the champion. I'm picking Karrion Kross, and Lord help us, the end has come. Let's see what happens. Also, I want that Armageddon music back, damn it. I want that Armageddon music back. When they had that for a promo, I lost my mind because that's probably my favorite pay-per-view theme of all time. That music, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go search it up. Go search it up. Armageddon music. WWE Armageddon music. That music kicks butt on so many different levels. I'm going to stop talking now because guess what? I have to go film my SummerSlam predictions now. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Check out my description for the link to the Dragonborn video. I guarantee if you haven't watched it, you are in for a lovely 9-minute journey. But thank you so much for watching my predictions. Stay tuned for Sunday for my results and review videos. Yes, I'm bringing those back this weekend. And enjoy TakeOver. I'm looking forward to a great show. I've taken my gambles. You all have seen and heard from the lips, from the gospel. Keep it real. So glad to see you guys back.